Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah. Well, here we go. Jaybird dealing a little bit of drama today. That's why we're getting this thing going right now. So, what exactly happened? HOA got you down?
Yeah, I gotta be careful what I say because I literally have I have a sit down with them. As soon as I get my paperwork done, I gotta have an interview with them. They have to see if I am, the material
up to the standards of your townhouse community.
Your Bushwood material.
Yeah, I mean, I'm literally walking 2 minutes east from my apartment. I mean, it takes 10 seconds in a car.
Well, it's nice of you to describe exactly where it is for the stalker.
I think you said earlier 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So what you need to do...
Walk east for 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's it.
She's going to get me one way or the other.
And you're there, right at his doorstep.
At this point, fuck it. I don't even care. If you want to kill me, what are you waiting for? Just do it, huh?
I don't think she wants to kill you. I think she wants to drill you.
Yeah.
Homegirl wants to get up in that. That's the problem.
Kill and drill.
Drill first, then kill. I definitely see her banging you and then killing you.
Got ya. Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. So how's it all working out? Because I know they're going to tow, and it was your dad's truck, and he's not in town.
There's no one wants to hear this stuff.
I'm kind of interested, actually.
I went to go fix it. It went not so well, and here we are. It just did. 2019 has been some challenges, I'm not going to lie.
So you left here saying, I got to go move my dad's truck so they don't tow it. But also you had said, I don't have my dad's keys.
My sister's got my dad's keys. She's in Oregon visiting my other sister. She comes back tonight. Denny tells me if the car's not moved, they're going to tow my dad's car. So I'm trying to get the car out of the parking lot. It's such annoying bullshit.
Were you pushing it?
What do you mean?
Like, how did you move it without the keys?
I didn't move it. What had happened was I got a hold of my little sister, the keys at her place. I now have to MacGyver my way into her place to get the key. I have to MacGyver my way to get the key to get into her house, then get the key from my dad. It's a whole to-do, baby.
A whole to-do. So really the trip over there just really did not materialize into anything.
Did nothing but frustrate me a bit.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Now we know.
The saga that is bird life.
Oh, it is. Yep.
Hashtag bird life.
Bird life.
Yeah.
You just have to throw your hands in the air and go bird life.
That's what I'm going.
Bird life.
I'm going bird life. That's how I'm going. Bird life.
Bird life.
When you wake up without your phone.
Yep. Bird life.
Bird life.
All right.
Yep.
Let's not go through my greatest hits.
When you wake up again alone. Bird life.
Oh, come on. Now that's just hurtful.
Sorry.
It's really not hurtful. She acts like I want a girlfriend. You think I want to deal fucking drama? You think I need any more drama in my life?
Right.
Bird life.
Yeah.
He's got all this drama without a girl.
Just what I need. Someone else on my ass about why it's not done correctly. No,
Yeah.
I'm okay. I got this.
You're good.
Yeah. Bird life.
Bird life. Let me see here. Brian said, just curious if Jaybird and Denny's have seen the giant Illuminati symbols at PJ and alternate A1A, the two Devasta towers with giant pyramids on top, and the metallic Egyptian obelisk at the on-ramp across the street from the mall.
That is, I got to check it out.
Illuminati symbolisms, because of course, you know, when they go with those exact shapes, it means there's something more sinister at hand, Virginia.
It can't just be a cool-ass looking pyramid.
No, it cannot. Pyramids always mean evil and conspiracy and Illuminati. Always. Every time.
I like that voice you do right there.
Evil Kev.
Evil Kev.
When you were in kindergarten and they pulled out the triangles, Illuminati. That was it.
When you had to do like isosceles and all that. Ugh. Illuminati.
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 Mm-hmm. That's how it went. All of it. All the time and always. Let me see here. Other stuff going on. I kind of knew this. They say that burnout is a disease. A disease. The World Health Organization has just officially classified burnout as a new disease. The definition is chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed.
Uh-oh.
And that means that soon doctors are going to be able to diagnose burnout and prescribe treatments.
Cool. We have another medical excuse to be an asshole to people.
Burnout.
I'm suffering burnout.
Yes.
So you need to let me have 2 weeks of paid vacation leave.
I am only an asshole because I suffer from burnout.
Burnout. I've got it, definitely.
Give me a fucking break.
I mean, how do they know? Well, it's added to the category of these diseases we can't prove you have.
Exactly.
Doesn't everybody get a little burnout now and then?
Yeah, people who
it's
actually-
not a disease. It's just life, baby.
Yeah, people who
Burn
actually
life.
people who actually bust their ass at work get burned out.
Yeah.
It's just what happens.
Well, and what are they going to prescribe for you to do? I mean, other than like changing your life, and if it's a job that you're burnt out on, other than quitting it and moving on to something, I don't know what else what are you going to do? Balance better, but I mean, just read a freaking blog on that. There's a gazillion of them out there.
You're going to start seeing people, I am a victim and I suffer
burnout.
of burnout and I've got my emotionally support RAM.
Which gored 5 people this morning.
But I'm okay. So that's how that matters.
The poor people have a bit of a ram horn in their ass, but
Right.
your burnout is definitely more important than their ram ass.
Like you just said, everybody that is going to be whoever works hard and works too much is going to suffer from burnout.
it's just life.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
It's not a disease.
It just means your life's imbalanced. Take a vacation if you can and try to put a little bit more balance in there.
Are you buying that horse shit that it's a disease?
No, it's not a disease. It's something that we put upon ourselves when we don't know how to correctly manage all the things pulling us in different directions.
Yeah. You need a life coach, somebody to look at what you're doing and saying, hey,
Is this really important?
right.
Is this? Go down the list.
Yeah, everything you do, tell me everything you do. I think I could do this.
I know. I could be a life coach
yeah.
so easy.
Well,
Sit
that-
down, tell everything that's going on. I'll minimize your drama.
Quit being a dumbass.
Do you remember that one girl from Big Brother, Caitlyn?
Caitlyn. If
This chick
Caitlyn
was
is a
off-
life coach.
I mean, she was off her rocker, and she was a life coach. She was 26 years old, and she really swore she knew what the fuck she was talking about on how to make it through this world.
Well, it's one of those. There are these jobs that are out there. All you have to do is snag the title. You don't have to do anything to earn it. Like you
You
don't have to
don't.
You're right.
pass a degree. It's like entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur and life coach. I'm like going, damn, you've got 2 made up ass titles.
I'm an entrepreneurial life coach.
Yeah, I'm like 2 things.
It
yeah.
sounds impressive to dumb people, though.
You just pull them out of the sky. That's it. I'm an entrepreneur and life coach. What's your credibility? Because I said I am.
Look at me.
I had a lemonade stand.
I have it on a business card.
Right. That's it. That's all it takes. Oh, it's great. I love these. You see these crackpots all over town. They got some kind of like new little scheme, new little business going on. You're like, what you got going on? They hand you a card with some like bogus title.
Director of Entrepreneurial Spirit. What?
Yes.
We're all just trying to sound. We're all just trying to sound like we belong to something cool.
That's it. Impress people with our titles. That's what I got. Bam. Kabooyah. Yeah, so that's going to be the latest thing. Burnout. How they get to it, I have no idea. We'll see. There is a couple other things going on here. One, I don't get these people that like walk pretty much into sudden death. And do you feel sympathy for them? They say that a lawyer from Colorado is the 11th person to die descending Mount Everest in the last 10 days. They say it could be because of overcrowding on the mountain. They say there's only one route up, and a lot of people are taking it, which is causing delays. And so people are apparently dropping like flies up there. And I think, don't they for the most part just leave your body up there?
That's horrifying.
I think I've read that where it's like that's kind of how they mark spots. Like they're just like sometimes 'cause it's always frozen up there. There's like some like you walk up and there's Bob been there for 20 years.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's legit.
If I was Bob's family, I mean, I can't hire somebody to go up there and get Bob.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I think a lot of times, like, you can't, and I don't even think, like, you can necessarily take a helicopter and stuff like that. I think if you kind of get, there are some places, I think, on planet Earth, you just get there, you're screwed.
No, you're right. I mean, they say that about the Everglades. People go to the Everglades to, get adventurous, and if a gator eats your ass, ain't no one coming out there to help you.
That's horrifying.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
But I'm with you. If you have a family member that's out there just rotting and decomposing, you're going to do everything you can to try to find them.
Absolutely.
Well, I think some of them, too, I don't know if they necessarily decompose.
They just freeze.
I think they just freeze, and they're like, yeah.
Would you be horrified to find a frozen jaybird? Just...
Yeah.
But you'd still go there and find me, though.
Absolutely. There's no place you could be where I wouldn't either try to go myself or send a team.
I mean, I do feel bad.
Did you see they found that chick that was missing in Hawaii for like almost a month?
Yes, I did see that story.
They sent a fucking team.
What was
her
it like?
family hired.
Is this the one who was still alive?
Yes.
Yeah.
She
Okay,
took a wrong turn.
She was hiking by herself in Hawaii. They found her car, but then she was missing for like a week. And then it was 2 weeks.
Her phone was like, she left everything behind.
She left everything behind.
So it was riddled with just, foul play tendencies. The boyfriend, I missed her so much. Like, motherfucker, you killed her. That's what everyone's thinking. He's so happy because...
Oh, I bet. He was going to go down for murder.
He was definitely going to go down.
Right.
It's always the boyfriend.
But the reason they found her was because the family hired their own personal team to search for her. And that's how they got her.
That's crazy.
A team of just these wilderness badasses that weren't afraid of nothing, and they had a helicopter. And she said she survived on eating like berries, plants, and bugs.
Think about if you're the cops, though, you probably hear so many stories where the families are still holding on. And if it's past 3 or 4 weeks, if you are the police force, not that you want to give up, but in the back of your mind, you got to think, all right, they're not coming back.
And that's why you can't let that jaded negativity
I
into
agree.
your world. If you're a family looking, they found her 17 days.
I agree.
Don't give up, and don't listen to anybody to tell you to give up. Unless it's 2 months. Then you can give up. But
2 months?
Don't give up unless it's 60 days. Then give up. Completely give up and forget about it.
I mean, the more time goes on, the worse it gets, yes.
I think it's like every hour that passes, depending upon what it is, that your odds go down, yes.
But, the woods... That just, as soon as you hear woman
At Harborside Place?
walking,
no, Kevin, not
I
the
wandered
restaurant.
into a restaurant and I wasn't seen again.
but
61 days later, I came out.
a woman in the woods, she's gone, all of her shit's left behind, there's a boyfriend, you automatically think, okay, she got murdered.
I did.
Yeah, I don't even know what you doing something like that. If they're in there, it's like, you're just crazy. They're just gone.
Her family said, we're not giving up.
Yeah, there's just, some places on planet Earth that, I don't need to go. Like, people are dying to get there. Yeah, people said they had photos. There's like 100 people in line trying to get to the crest of Everest. And
Really?
yeah, so I don't know how they keep dying if there's a lot of people up there. You'd think, strength in numbers.
I don't think everyone tries to tackle Everest the way some of these people are tackling it. They're always trying to go to the fucking top and, do all these ridiculous things. But yeah, I do feel bad for someone who dies. They're trying to do something great, right? They're trying to...
I don't know what it is. I'm glad. I think some of these people just have this Daredevil gene. I'm so glad I don't have it. They just got to keep... I guess their life is not complete unless they're getting these continual adrenaline rushes. Like I said, I put on... I didn't even sit there and watch it, but I had that one where that guy was scaling Half Dome and Yosemite without any kind of ropes or spikes. He just put on his damn tennis shoes and started climbing.
That is crazy.
That's insane.
And it's hard to watch, too.
Well, and
Yes.
they do all these interviews, like every interview, they go on, died in 2012, died in 24. I'm like, well, there's a theme here, guys. Like, these guys, they're all like 27. Like, you don't crack 30 when you do this kind of stuff.
I think for some people, it's kind of like when my dad isn't able to play tennis, he's not himself. He feels like he's not living on purpose. But I think it's the same thing for these kind of people. If they're not doing those types of things, they're not living, baby. They're just living on autopilot, and I don't think some people are built that way.
Interesting.
I don't get it. Like I said, I'm just glad that I don't have it.
I'm so glad I don't get it.
Yeah.
I really, because if something inside of me was telling me, climb to that top of that mountain where everybody's dying, I'd be so mad at myself.
Well, they can't survive unless they're just chasing that rush.
But it's the same
you
thing.
Can't suppress that. Be like,
Well, it's certain things that, okay, what's something in your life that if you're not doing, if you're not involved with, you get depressed, you're not feeling like you're on purpose.
Champagne?
If it's champagne, it's champagne.
Yeah.
But you are socializing, going out with your friends, traveling. If you were just to stay home constantly and live a life that was kind of sheltered, you would start to feel, your soul would start to diminish. I'm telling you.
People ain't dropping dead right and left at Das Beer Garden.
I get it. It's a different thing.
Different thing.
But it's the same. Different but same.
you can't do something that's still kind of
It's a paradox, Kev.
different but the same.
Bird life.
Bird life.
Yeah, that's crazy. Let me see here. Jaber's talking about the shows he tried but didn't like, and should he try them again? Now, these are like shows that, yeah, a lot of people are probably like, oh, it's a great show. And they watch it. The more I kind of like watch shows and stuff like that, I don't think every show's for everybody. And there might be a show that, yeah, it's a good show. It's just not your thing.
The one I want to get into, and I could not get into it, was Billions. I've heard you talk about it.
Yeah.
I tried to watch the first episode. I really tried to get into it. And I kept on drifting in my mind. And that could have been me.
Yeah.
So I want to go back. I'm asking, should I go back and give these a second chance?
Well, I don't know, Billions, and some shows I've heard people say, oh, the first little bit of it's slow. You got to give it a little bit of time after you get into it. I mean, I think Billions is, like I said, I remember the very first scene of Billions is like an S&M scene. You're just like, wait, what is going on
Whoa,
here?
hey.
Yeah. And
All right, birds in.
Yeah, and if that's kind of like, if that doesn't get you set the hook and then you're kind of like intrigued by these characters, then yeah, probably, it's probably not a show for you. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, to me, there's a lot of good drama in it. The acting is fantastic. And the storylines I like.
Yeah, I might have not been the right. Sometimes you bring what you bring to the TV. Maybe I wasn't ready to watch it. Maybe I was too distracted.
Yeah, you can give it a shot. I mean, they're doing stuff. The girl from one of the main characters in Billions was in that John Wick that I saw. Had a pretty prominent role. And one of the guys from Game of Thrones was in it too. So, yeah, a lot of these TV actors, it's a big springboard for them now. It seems like they're all on the same plane. It used to be like TV actors. It'd be like you were a movie actor or a TV actor.
Yeah, if you were TV, you were beneath.
Right. You didn't see back and forth in both, and now it's pretty seamless.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Everybody's doing everything. It's just a cash grab.
Yeah.
And I think it always works out that if you put familiar people in your project, more people watch it.
Well, there's a reason why people have favorite actors and actresses, because you're right. It does change the game. That's why that Bird Box was so big.
Yep.
People couldn't believe Sandra Bullock was doing a feature on Netflix, and you're thinking, well, if Sandra Bullock's agreeing to do it, it's got to be good.
Right. Her signing off on it
Big
right
time.
there validates.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You said also Dexter.
I've tried. I've tried a couple times.
Yeah.
I think I hear Kevin in the background going, oh, the finale sucked. Don't even bother. I'm like, fuck, Kevin. I don't know what to do.
Dexter, to me, like I said, I think it quit after like season 4, something like that. And it just actually, the end of season 4, it was actually kind of a nice, neat, it was almost like happy. And I was like, you know what? This is a good time to stop Dexter.
That was your ending.
Yeah, that was my ending, and that's how it kind of ended. So to me, Dexter kind of ended happily.
I felt that way about Power. I know you're into that Power show with 50 Cent. I was loving it, and then it just got to a point where that one love storyline was getting on my fucking nerves so bad. It just was annoying. I was out. By the end of season 3, too much of that bullshit.
Couldn't do it, huh?
Could not do it.
People from 2 different worlds, Virginia.
But
one, the crime fighter. One, the criminal.
But it was getting to the point where it was a little. I had to start mentally editing things out because it just didn't make.
No, yeah, I always thought it was solid. In fact, the last episode that they saw Power, I thought was pretty good. So they're only doing one more season, which I think is probably right. It's to the point where it's like, okay, got to start wrapping it up. Grey's Anatomy.
I used to love Grey's Anatomy, but then every ridiculous thing happened at that hospital. And it gets to the point, how many fucking things can go wrong at this hospital?
Isn't it still on?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah. And they've like recycled out, I think aside from Grey, they pretty much recycled out their entire cast.
When McSteamy and McDreamy were gone, Bird was out.
Out. You said the Narcos season 3.
The one with that's not does not have Pablo in it.
The one where it goes to Mexico.
I didn't.
Yeah, I kind of tuned out too.
It's the weakest of them, I think.
I tried to get into it. I think I bailed around episode 4.
Me too. That's exactly when I bailed, and I
was like,
probably napped through 2 of them.
Yeah, I did too. I wanted it to be like as good as Pablo. It just wasn't.
Well, they're getting ready to get into who's the guy from Mexico that escaped. I think they're going to kind of start getting into that. With
El
season
Chapo?
4. El Chapo, yeah. So
Okay.
that could be good because I think he, aside from Pablo, was one of the other big ones.
And
that are out
Casa
there.
Giselle Casa blah blah blah, whatever her name was. The
Griselda Blanco.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if they cover them. And then Walking Dead. Yeah, I watched like one episode of that, and I kind of knew what it was. I think with a show like that, either you like the zombies or you don't. I know people are like going, oh, it's got storylines on that. I don't know. I just,
They got a zombie storyline.
yeah, I just wasn't.
They're lovable zombies apparently, and they have like interpersonal relationships.
Do they?
I've never watched even one second
you're
of
gonna
it.
piss off
But
somebody.
I've had people tell me it's not about just zombies. It's about like the real emotions and like people working together.
Did True Blood actually did it get canceled on HBO, or did they wrap it up and end the series? Or is True Blood one of those things where the final episode you're still kind of left up in the air? Maybe the chat room knows that.
I don't know that because when they started shape-shifting, I was like, peace, I'm out.
Yeah, it is weird to go back during certain series of stuff and go, when did I jump off? What made me annoyed with this storyline? It's kind of fun to do that.
Yeah.
I do that now at The Office. I watch an Office. I go, oh, this is when I started getting annoyed.
Started getting annoyed with it.
Yeah, I try to recognize it.
And that's one of those shows that I'll probably try to jump back into. You know, I've only seen like the one pilot episode of that, and
for The Office, you have to spend at least 6 episodes and really get into the characters.
yeah. I'll jump in on that. Somebody's asking about Breaking Bad. Aren't they doing something new with Breaking Bad? Yeah, I think so. I know they've done Better Call Saul, which I hear is actually a great series. And I might one day jump into that. I think it's a prequel.
Okay.
They're doing Breaking Dad. Jesse becomes a father, and they're kind of going more family style with it. It's going to be like a Full House kind of thing. Breaking Dad.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I'm just totally kidding.
That'd be awesome.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I think they are going to be doing so. I think there's going to be a Jesse Pinkman's character.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing that. Let me see. Kev, the girl, that was in John Wick and Billions, also was in Orange is the New Black. That's one of those shows that I quit too. I remember it was getting to the point where it's kind of like they lost their focus on what they're doing, and then they had a couple storylines that just I don't know. It was too.
Not believable.
Well, sometimes
It kind of annoyed me. You know, it was a very, and I'm a pretty liberal dude and have a pretty good tolerance for that, but there was just something that they had done that was just so. I was like,
what show are you talking about?
Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was just like, all right. I just did. I'm like, okay.
What do you mean? You're a pretty liberal dude, but they did. Now you got me hooked. What happened?
It was the thing where there was a girl, and I think she was singing like Diana Ross. She was a white girl, and she was singing a black artist, and she was just like couldn't believe that. You know, and she was so upset. She was crying, and she's just like, the fact that they would, and it was just they were making a big deal out of it. You know how I feel about that kind of stuff. I've talked about that before. It was really hard in on that cultural appropriation.
Okay, I was just trying to figure out where
A white girl can't sing Diana Ross.
I was sitting there watching. I'm trying to understand. I'm like going, is that the main? There's more to it, right? And then
is that the lesson?
The lesson was I couldn't. I didn't give it enough time. Maybe if I'd have sat and really thought about it, maybe there was more to it, but it seemed like the lesson was that if you were of a different race, don't sing somebody else's song because of a different.
That's silly.
It was to that, and she was.
All
it
right.
was like ruining her life. Like she was,
But it's scripted, so maybe that was just part of the story.
I don't know. To me, it was like I already was not feeling it anyway, and I saw it. And I'm like, all right, I've had enough, and I quit the show right about then.
Get out.
Kev, yeah, that was kind of like it. Well, I think with a lot of shows, it's like, what's the final straw for you, where you're just like, all right.
That's what I'm trying to figure out on
and
some of these shows.
And that was Orange is the New Black for me. I was just like, okay, I was already getting hit with a lot of stuff. I'm like, all right, I don't feel like this show's for me anymore.
A lot of people are saying the same thing about our show, about the dirt of the day.
Dirt of the day, so it's coming up, huh?
Just kidding. I fucking love the dirt. You know that.
You know that. Got an email here from Buffalo Kevin. He said, I'm going to give myself a nickname. Not sure how many of your listeners are in Buffalo.
I love Buffalo. I'll be there in a few weeks.
You will?
I will. We go every summer.
It's a good time to go, actually. That'd probably be the time to go.
It's the only time to go.
Is the weather nice during that time?
Gorgeous.
When you go, so at nighttime, is it a good
60 degrees?
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Oh, it's so beautiful.
I love hearing about other states and other places. I'd like to know what goes on there.
You can come to Buffalo with us. You'd love it because we go for the Italian festival, and we basically eat our faces off.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. He said, basically been a KVJ Nationer since 2004, and said that I have become morbidly obese over the years, but your show is now the soundtrack of my daily walks to get back in shape.
Good
Nice.
for you.
And, your show's helped me to lose well over 100 pounds.
Good.
Hope to continue the progress. Thanks for all the laughs and inspiration. It's got nice things to say pretty much about everybody from the show.
Okay,
so
just
do
read.
what you're doing.
Skip Virginia's and just read mine.
Okay.
Twice. Hashtag bird life.
Yeah. I tell you, there are some cities, and I can see that with Buffalo, that it is a lot easier to fall off the diet wagon and just go. Because I know when I went to Kansas City, I put on 30 lbs. Because, one, if the winters are cold and you're wearing, like, you don't even pay, I don't know what it is. You don't notice your body growing. Like, it's the craziest things. You're always wearing coats and bundled up and that kind of stuff.
If you don't have a full-length mirror, you need to get one.
Well,
because everybody should have a good look at their ass at least once a week.
Well, think about it, too. Let's say it's freezing cold, it's snowing out. You don't want to go outside. You want to stay home, eat, and watch some fucking TV.
Yeah.
Right?
I hear
Who's
you.
going to go run out in the snow?
Not
That's
me.
it. Yeah, so it's harder. There's not a lot of outdoor activities you do. Sometimes the food is great. Like Kansas City, we were just, they had barbecue, and so you'd eat ribs and drink beer. It's a big beer drinking town, which is a bad combination, I found out. I thought I was doing the Atkins diet and gave up all the carbs except for beer, and couldn't believe I put on 30 pounds in about 3 months.
The Fatkins.
It was Fatkins.
Fatkins diet.
That was it. So there are just some towns like that. Usually colder climate, it's easy to pack it on, so I get it. Also wanted to pass on some positivity here. If people come out for a benefit to our friend Kat. Huge fan of the show. I've been listening since I was 15. I'm writing you because a dear friend of ours named Catherine Campbell Green passed away on May 10th in a car accident.
I saw this story. I was friends with her on Facebook.
I was, too.
It really made me sad.
We're going to be doing a benefit for our kids at the Wellington Amphitheater coming up on June 1st from 12 to 10. It's going to be bands, 50-50 raffle, silent auction, drink vendors. Hoping to be able to do a shout-out on the radio. All proceeds going to her 3 children. I remember Jason went to the Gypsy Horse Tavern quite a few years ago in Wellington and was talking to her and looking to do something with the show there. Kat and I are big fans of the show. Called to come up and meet Jason. Kat was an amazing wife, friend, and mother, and her kids could use all the help we can get them. So mention this, and we will continue to do that. But again, that's going to be June 1st.
That's coming up this Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So just want to let people know.
It's in Wellington at the amphitheater?
Yep. 12
Very
to 10.
nice.
Yeah, so it's going to be an all-day kind of event. So there you go. All right, anything you ever want to throw into the KVJ show, you can send us an email, mail at kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com. Enjoy your Tuesday. Can't believe tomorrow's Wednesday already.
It's crazy.
Oh, that's good stuff, right? We'll talk to you then. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.